Hey there, Agile Adventurer. Just a quick question. What if, for the price of a fancy coffee or half a pizza, you could unlock over 700 hours of the best Agile content on the planet? That's audio, video, e-courses, books, presentations, all that you can think of. But you can also join live calls with world-class practitioners and hang out in a flame war-free and AI slop-clean Slack with the sharpest minds in the game. Oh, and yes, you get direct access to me, Vasco, your Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. No, this is not a drill. It's the Scrum Master Toolbox membership. And it's your unfair advantage in the Agile world. So if you want to know more, go check out scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. That's scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. And check out all the goodies we have for you. Do it now. But if you're not doing it now, let's listen to the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Friday TGIF and Product Owner episode this week with Alex Sloley. Hey, Alex, welcome back.
Hey, Vasco. Good to be here.
So we're going to talk about one of those critical roles that I was going to say nobody talks about, but it's the opposite. Everybody talks about, which is the product owner role. We'll talk about great product owners in a minute, but to get us started, Alex, because today's Friday, let's take it easy and dive into one of those horror stories, to make it an easier slide into Friday. So share with us potentially the worst product owner anti-pattern you've witnessed in your career.
Yeah. So I think we all have those PO horror stories, and we probably all like to make fun of POs to a certain extent. But let me tell you, it's a hard job. So a shout out to all the product owners out there for doing great work. But in my particular instance, I'll tell you a story. In 2018, I was working with a group of POs. So it's a group of about 5 product owners working on some interrelated products. And so what I was doing was I was going around all these different teams that, each product owner had. And I was checking out their Scrum events and feeling the vibe of like their team and like the smell of their team. And in one particular sprint planning session, I observed a product owner who like totally controlled everything the team did. So what I saw and what I heard was the product owner who was like, okay, team, this is the work you're going to take for this sprint. And John, you're going to do this. Rahul, you're going to do that. Vijay, you're going to do that. Sally, you're going to do that. So they're like assigning all the work to the people, right? And then the product owner proceeded to tell them how they were going to do all the work. And it was really technical stuff like, well, you're going to use this function and you're going to use this API and you're going to do it exactly the way I say. And they basically just owned the team. Like the developers on the team might as well have been like mindless robots because they were being assigned all the work, told how much work they could do in a sprint, what the work was. And they were helpless, unable to resist. And the Scrum Master sat in the corner, meek and powerless, as the product owner dominated the team. And I was like, whoa, what has caused such a thing? Like, what made this happen and made it come to be? Was it because this product owner was a psychopath? Or like, were they an ex-project manager? Or maybe the team had broken the product manager's trust in the past, and who knows what like emotional baggage or trauma had occurred that was causing this situation. So really, I just had to go figure out what was going on. So the first thing I did is I just built up a little trust with that product owner. Took him out for a few coffees. We had a few after work adult beverages. And the way I approached it was like, the product owner is not the problem here. Right? The way I approached it was like, maybe this impediment is the impediment for the product owner, not the team. How can I approach it such that I'm solving a product owner problem? So that's what I did. Eventually, I got together with the product owner. I'm like, wow, why do you have to do all this stuff? Can't you trust the team to help you out with this? Maybe if you let the team do some of this for you, if you trusted them enough to do that, you would have time to like relax and chill and like maybe have some downtime, and you don't have to do everything. So that's what I asked them to do.
How did the PO react to that? That sounds like a very reasonable and even productive conversation at the start, but what happened next?
Yeah, they were totally willing to do it. So basically all I was doing is I asked them to trust me first. And then after I asked them to trust me, I said, can you trust the team? I asked them to specifically, can you trust the team? And then I went back to the team and I said, hey, the product owner, wants to chill out for a little bit. Can you do all this stuff that the product owner would normally do? And it was as simple as that. Amazingly, the product owner sat back and was willing to trust the team. So it was never really about a trust issue in the first place, is what I discovered. It was just that they thought they needed to do all that stuff. But when they sat back and let the team do it, the team was pretty good at it. And the product owner discovered, hey, wow, this is actually pretty cool. Like the team will actually do all this stuff and I don't have to. And that's actually a better way of working. So the trust wasn't the problem. It wasn't really like a team level problem. It was just the product owner thinking
dynamic that developed without the people even being aware of it.
They were totally unaware. And all I did was shift the framing for like, how can I help the product owner and give them value, and then ask them to trust. And that was it. It was simple as that. But,
and that's a great point, right? Like thinking about, okay, who do I need to build trust with first? And then who else do I need to build trust for us to be able to take the next step?
Yeah. And it started with the product owner, and then my trust was built with the team, because I basically went to bat for them and I asked the product owner to trust the team. And they actually developed a much healthier relationship after that point.
That's a great turnaround story. All right. But there aren't only anti-patterns. There's also some amazing product owners out there, as you said at the start of the episode. So let's talk about one of those, potentially the best product owner you've ever worked with, Alex. How did they work?
No. Yeah, I mean, this is an easy question for me, because I always remember this product owner with with respect, and it was just a fantastic story. So it was 2011, and I was working at an organization that did client work. So they created software for like other companies, and we were working with a client that never had done Agile before. Never done Agile, didn't know how it worked. But internally in our teams at this organization, we created teams that did client work. They knew how to run Agile. And I was a Scrum Master for that team. So we engaged the client and we started to do work for them. And we had to make a decision about who should be the product owner on the team. And what we decided was that a representative from that client should be the product owner on the team. And I was responsible as a Scrum Master for kind of like coaching that product owner and bringing them along on the journey, because they'd never done Scrum before. She was a little skeptical coming in because she'd never witnessed this, never heard of it, never done it. And then I'm gently guiding her through the process, and she's pretty open and respectful and seeing how things work. And she's kind of putting her trust into the team, which is really cool. I'm asking her to trust, and we get into the sprint review, and that's when things got crazy. So in that sprint review, she saw for the first time working products delivered in 2 weeks, and she could touch it and she could see it and she could get feedback on it, and her head exploded. She was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. I didn't think it was possible. I just saw you deliver stuff in 2 weeks that I can actually use. It doesn't have everything I want or need, and it's not perfect, but hey, it's pretty darn good. Everything we asked for, you were able to deliver in the 2 weeks. And she it was like flipping a light switch. She got fully engaged and she became a maniac, and a maniac in the best way, because every single sprint she would run to the sprint review and be so eager and engaged because she would actually see and get stuff. And that flip, the switch flip moment, she instantly became a champion for the entire company to see, hey, this Agile thing works. She's working directly with an Agile team. We're getting actually stuff on it delivered. And yeah, that was the flip moment of one of the best PM transitions I've ever seen. So when I reflect back on it now, what she saw the potential of a bright new future. And in terms of the Scrum values, I would say she showed focus because she trusted the team to decide how much work they could do, how much work they could get done in the sprint. She was committed because she attended all the Scrum events and engaged directly with the developers. I mean, she loved sprint reviews. I mean, you couldn't drag her out of the sprint review because she loved it so much. In terms of openness, she was open to this new way of working and gave it a chance. I asked her for trust and I asked her to be patient, to give it some time to work, and she was open to that. And then she was respectful to the entire team by giving us space to succeed and demonstrate how this could work. And then she had courage, because for her, this was a brand new process. Her org had no experience in it, and she evolved into a hardcore champion and demonstrated how a great product owner and a team could work together, even though she was from a client. So we could have used any number of product owner tools or techniques or practices, but what really helped her succeed was that she embraced all those values, those 5 values that the Scrum Guide talks about, but that people forget about. So if you're an SM, if you're a Scrum Master trying to coach your product owner, reflect on this stuff I'm about to say. What tools or techniques or practices or processes can you help your product owner with that kind of emphasizes these 5 values? In other words, work the other way around. Think about the practices, the techniques, and the processes that will kind of naturally and automatically build those 5 values in your product owner, which are commitment, focus, openness, respect, and courage, and work the other way around.
Yeah, that we can't think our way into a new way of acting, but we can act our way into a new way of thinking. I love that phrase from, I think I heard it from David Marquet here on the podcast. And I think that it's such an important reflection, what you call us to reflect on, that the tools and practices that we use can either reinforce or go against the values that we hope to see and that we know we see in wildly successful teams. Alex, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Oh, well, I was going to say, if you want to read another book, Marquet's book is in my top 5 for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll put the podcast also in the show notes for people to go and listen to that. 2 podcasts we have with him that I think are seminal in understanding how to get great organizations, even out of the jaws of despair and failure, like in the first book, Turn the Ship Around. Which is amazing. Alex, thank you very much for sharing all of that knowledge and experience with us. If people want to connect with you, where can they go?
Definitely, you can find me on LinkedIn, but you can also find me on my own website, alexsloley.com. And you can find my book for sale in Amazon if you want to learn more about the Agile community.
Absolutely. And we'll put the link to all of those in the show notes. So, let's get in touch. Let's connect and be a community, because we are all in this together, literally. Alex, been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your generosity with your time and your knowledge.
That was fun, Vasco. Next time I see you in person, we should go out to the pub and have a beer.
All right, I hope you liked this episode. But before you hit next episode, here's the deal. This podcast is powered by people like you, the members who wanted more than just inspiration. They wanted real tools and real connection to people who are practicing practicing Agile every day. We're talking access to over 700 hours of Agile Gold, CTO level strategy talks, summit keynotes, live workshops, e-courses, deep dive interviews, books, and if you're into no estimates, we got the pioneers of no estimates in those deep dive interviews as well. Agile business intelligence, creating product visions, coaching your product owner courses, you name it. You'll get invites to monthly live Q&As with Agile pioneers and practitioners, plus a private Slack community, which is free of all of that AI slop you see everywhere, and of course, without the flame wars. It's a community of practitioners that want to learn and thrive together. It's the best place to connect with community and learn together. So if this podcast has helped you before, imagine what you will get from this podcast membership. So head on over to scrummastertoolbox.org/membership and join the community that's shaping the future of Agile. And we have so much for you. So check out all the details at scrummastertoolbox.org/membership, because listening is great, it's important, but doing it together, that's next level. I'll see you in the community Slack. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.